So as we get, so we're losing 500 feet per minute.
Yes, sir.
We're 3 minutes from the airport, and we are about 2,000 feet high. So we'll probably want to slow the airplane down and start configuring it for landing, right? Which is going to help us descend as well. So if we can hit final at 3,000, then we know that we can make it. If we're any higher than that, we're going to be hard-pressed making normal maneuvers for that runway, for that straight in. So yeah, 10 degrees of flaps, get that descent, keep that descent rate at 500 feet per minute at the minimum. But we really shouldn't need too much more than that, because now we've slowed the airplane down. And what you'll notice is that this time is going to hang out at 3 minutes for quite a while, because we just dropped 20 knots of airspeed.
Gotcha.
Once you turn and you're straightened with the runway, the call's just going to be Mesquite traffic. Skyhawk 4 X-Ray Hotel is on a 3-mile final, runway 02. And you no longer need to throw in your altitude, because once you're on final approach, they know that you're descending for a landing.
Okay.
Right? Cool. So airspeed's now looking good. Your altitude's starting to come down. Nice stabilized descent. Are you doing a lot of work with the yoke here?
Yeah, a little bit of
pressure. So trim it out if you need to. Right. Let the airplane do the work so that you can stay relaxed.
Okay. All right, everything looks good. We're
going to just make that nice gradual turn to final. Checking our speed, and we're right here at 3,000. I'll go ahead and, yep, exactly. That power out so that we continue our sync rate.
Okay. Mesquite traffic, Skyhawk 734 X-Ray Hotel is on a 3-mile final for runway 2. 4 X-Ray Hotel. That
Mesquite.
was it, right? Oh,
4 X-Ray Hotel, Mesquite.
That was 4 X-Ray Hotel for Mesquite.
Okay, so find that center line. Right, get squared up on a nice straight final.
Okay.
These PAPI lights may or may not work. There's a NOTAM out, so we don't want to use those as our primary source of navigation.
Okay.
And remember, some of the illusions that you get at night. Did you get a chance to read any of that?
I did.
So see how this runway looks very steep? It almost looks like we're flying into a wall. Are you getting that sensation? Okay, here comes that one red. So now we're right on glide slope, so you can really relax that bank angle a little bit.
Okay.
Or sorry, that pitch angle a little bit, and just try to fly it in. Are you death gripping, or is it just that tight?
Oh no,
You're death gripping.
It's me, yeah.
Cool, so you can add a little bit of power. Get that power back to about 1700. See how we're now low?
Yep.
We want to keep one of those light and relax your grip. Let the airplane fly itself. A little more airspeed.
Okay.
We'll shoot for about 65, 70 until we're back on glide slope. There we go. So now it's going to constantly look like we're high because we're approaching this uphill runway. We want to get down to get a better view of the runway. But that's the illusion that will put you into the plateau before the runway starts.
Oh,
so
I see.
keeping that PAPI in mind, but also knowing that it's not 100% reliable. And then everything else is just a normal stabilized approach. So you've got a nice controlled airspeed now. And we can bring that descent down a little bit because we're starting to see the threshold come into sight with the green lights.
Okay.
And we've got 2 white lights that are helping us determine our altitude. Now it's fading to red. We're pretty much right on glide slope.
Okay.
So just continue to fly that extended center line.
Okay.
And bring that airplane down. And I'd always rather you land a little bit long on this runway than short, because there's a hill here that's basically a cliff. But now with 4 whites, we can see the threshold marking, so we can draw that power back just a little bit, not completely to idle, because we don't want to drop out of the sky.
Yes, sir.
But we're just drawing it back, and just like last night, as soon as we kind of get over the threshold markings and start to get into that ground effect, level out, powers to idle now as we ease back. And we're just holding it off, flying that center line, keeping the feet alive. Don't pull back too hard. Beautiful. Perfect.
All right.
And we'll exit the first available taxiway, which you're going to hold center line until you see yellow lines that guide you off the runway. There you go.
Is that shimmying the wheels still?
I mean, maybe a little bit, but I didn't really feel much.
Okay.
Okay. Maintain those center lines, especially crucial in the dark, so you don't put a landing gear in the gravel, knock out a taxi light.
Ooh.
Have to call Dad. Alright. And then once you're clear of the runway, bring it to a stop. First thing on your after landing checklist at a non-towered airport?
Make the call?
You got it.
Mesquite traffic, Skyhawk 734 X-Ray Hotel is clear of runway 02. Good evening, Mesquite traffic.
Okay. You can hit those strobes for now. You can also keep them on if it's your determination that it's safer for you to have them on.
Okay.
We'll run our after landing checklist.
Okay, flaps are up.
Temperature 15.
Carpet is off, strobe is off, landing we'll keep those
Celsius. On. Altimeter 3004 inches of mercury. Mesquite Municipal Airport. Automated weather observation 0210 Zulu. Wind 020 at 10 knots. Visibility more than 1.
Okay.
Okay.
So 020 at 10 now.
All right.
Well, we should probably take off on runway 02, right?
Yes, sir.
So that we don't have a 10 knot tailwind.
Which taxiway is this?
There's only one. And you don't need to make any calls unless there's other
Traffic out here?
traffic in the area. Nobody cares that you're taxiing at Mesquite right now. Nobody, not even me. So we can double check your weather upon arrival. Do you need to stop for any reason?
Not really.
Okay, I'm good.
All right, good to go.
And just keep in mind that there's rising terrain out the departure end of the airport.
Okay.
So we want to probably climb out at VX so that we maximize our climb.
Okay, so we'll do a soft field, basically.
Oh, yeah, it looks like a short field, you know?
Yep.
Short field style landing, or takeoff, where we climb out at 60. So if you want to, you can do the full maneuver to demonstrate.
Okay, will do. This place looks really different at night.
Yeah. Okay. Approach into runway 2. Following the center line.
Okay, and we should probably make the call before we get on?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Every time.
Mesquite traffic, Skyhawk 734 X-Ray Hotel. We're going to be taking off runway 02, headed back to KBGT. Mesquite traffic.
All right, I don't hear anything, so
okay.
Here we go.
So that's an okay way to do it at night.
Okay.
During the day, I'd like you to hold short.
Okay.
Mesquite traffic, Skyhawk 4 X-Ray Hotel is holding short at runway 2 for departure. Look both ways, wait for a radio call, come back with a second radio call, Mesquite traffic, Skyhawk 4 X-Ray Hotel taking runway 02 for a departure to the southwest, Mesquite.
Roger.
Okay.
All right.
Get those strobes on when you're on the active runway.
Shoot. All right, runway 2 is confirmed.
Okay, find that center line.
Finding the center line, pushing power up.
Okay. And we'll just climb out at VX once you get situated here.
Roger. Okay, instruments look good. Airspeed's coming up, coming up, coming up, coming up. Climbing out at VX. About 60.
Make sure you guard that throttle just in case you don't have the throttle lock in tight enough and it wiggles its way out. And make sure you track runway center line until we're 500 feet AGL. I can see the whole runway to my right, so something must be wrong.
Yeah, we're going to the left badly. Alright.
Alright, and it's actually bright enough to see the terrain, so at 400 feet AGL, can go ahead and begin our turn back to the bright lights of the city.
Towards the left, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
The left cross twin departure. And you can let people know Mesquite, Skyhawk 4 X-Ray Hotel, turning left crosswind from runway 02, departing the area to the southwest.
Mesquite area traffic, Skyhawk 734 X-Ray Hotel. We're turning crosswind to the southwest of the field, taking off from runway 2. We're going to be departing the area to the southwest. Mesquite traffic.
Alright, so you can polish that up a little bit.
Yeah, that was pretty
because
polished.
you said you were turning left crosswind from Mesquite. That could be 4 different directions.
Yep.
You could be turning left crosswind from runway 20. You could be turning right crosswind from runway 20. Be turning left crosswind from runway 2. You could be turning left crosswind from runway 2.
Right.
So keep those pieces of information that are pertinent to each other next to each other.
Okay.
Mesquite traffic, Skyhawk 4 X-Ray Hotel, turning left crosswind from runway 02. We'll be departing the area to the southwest.
Roger.
Or Mesquite traffic, Skyhawk 4 X-Ray Hotel, left crosswind departure, runway 02, Mesquite. Right? So that they know where you are in relation to some reference that they can then use as well.
Okay.
If I'm turning left at the airport, that doesn't mean anything. With your flight plan, you can go to, if you don't turn off the engine, you can invert the flight plan by pressing menu, and it'll just bring you back the other way.
Ah. Sweet.
Okay, go ahead and run your climb checklist.
Okay.
And while you do that, I've got the controls.
You have the controls.
And you can get that as part of your climb checklist.
Roger that.